I'm sure we all heard of Al Capone, right? Al Capone? Nobody? All right. You guys seen The Untouchables?
Yes.
Yes. One person back there. All right, cool. In The Untouchables, there's a lot of gangster techniques and stuff that they use to keep people in line, to make money and stuff like that. So anyway, the quote is from Al Capone. It's you can go further with a kind word and a gun than you can with just a kind word. And this has a lot of different meanings, but I think the most important meaning here is that fear is stronger than love. And if you do that and you force people to do things with power and guns, and you say nice things, you create a false sense of love. And people look at you as if you're a really good figure in society when you actually aren't. You're really just pressuring people and you're giving you money, whether it's through extortion or whatever it may be. And fear is stronger than love. My conclusion is, no matter what, this is always going to create a false sense of love, like I said before. It's going to create mistrust, and there's always going to be envy if you live this life.
We saw Mike. We ain't met Mike. We saw one.
No way! She used to say, like, I used to carry out, like, all the time. And she couldn't say no. So we gotta say money. I don't know. It's like to this day, you know. Oh, give me that paint polish. I have it.
All right, Matt, you had a little trouble getting started, getting anybody to kind of respond to Al Capone or to the movie. That's one of the problems when you're relying on the technique that so many have done already, you know, trying to get the audience to respond to you with an audience survey or question. Sometimes the audience becomes a little passive. So I think it might be a good idea to try something that you've got more control over. You did have, I thought, a very good paraphrase of what the quote means and an interesting interpretation of it. I like that. I thought that was a really good idea. But there's no setup of what you're going to do then with that material, and you basically kind of, once you've explained it, you don't have any place to go with it. You've kind of defined it, and that's about as far as it goes, so it doesn't really get developed very much. It's only 1 minute and 18 seconds that you spoke, so it goes by so quickly that it's hard to get involved in the presentation. A few things, though. Your voice projects pretty well. There's variety within the range that you have. Not really much chance to get into the presentation, like I said, with gestures or pacing, because it's a little short. You do have some okay expressions. I think that you make eye contact, but with this side of the room, same sort of thing that we were talking about with a couple of other people. You almost post yourself at an angle to the room so that that's the front of the room, as opposed, or you know, that's where the back of the room is, and you're talking to that corner, and this half of the room it almost disappears. When you look at the video clip, you'll probably see that. you know, you finished, I thought, just as you were getting started, but I thought you had a relatively clear closure, so we knew that you were, in fact, done. And the best thing to do whenever you have run out of what you're going to talk about is just to try and remind people, here's the point that I'm trying to make. All right.